Anything I tell you, I can stand on what I said. I'm not gonna say nothing behind your back. I ain't man enough to say to your face. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in my game. My game's game tight, solid, like a four-corner hustler, solid oak. And the reason why they tell people that is for people that say trying to shame them for something that they do, like smoking weed, right? And then they turn around, their response is, "Ain't no shame in my game. I smoke a blunt in the White House," right? So that is part also of moralism, because if you have to do something that you ashamed of, that's telling you right there, don't do it.
Right. Go ahead.
So biblically speaking, the way it comes up in the writings of Paul is no, it's in one of the four gospels. It say, "Prepare not what you would say before the magistrate, for at that very moment the Holy Ghost will rise up and speak through you." Right? In the book of Paul, in the writings of Paul, it said a little different. It say that how did it go? I can't remember. Slipped my mind that quick. But what it's telling you is, let your yes be yes, your no be no. Stand on what you stand on. Right? And if you believe it, you shouldn't have any shame in it. Oh, that's what Paul said. And that self-accusing spirit will rise up and condemn you. What Paul wrote. The self-accusing spirit is the inner deity of the self that already know that this whole church fiasco, mosque fiasco, synagogue fiasco, it goes we have to force ourselves to believe it. And once we do that, because we successfully convinced ourselves to accept a lie that we knew was a lie, now we have to keep up a false image of moralism to prove that we stand on what we saying we stand on, when we forced ourselves to accept that lie as the truth.
Hey, Rod.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question that I got for you. So it brings up the heart. Now I hear people, and it is dealing with morals too. Now my grandma used to always say that when a drunk man will tell you the truth, because out of the issue of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so what's your take on that? Like dealing with morals and that liquor make a guy tell you straight up he don't give a dang, you know how you feel. He'll tell you the
Right.
truth.
So they'll have you under the false impression that the Indians over here didn't know nothing about alcohol, because some of the tribes have a enzyme missing in their brain from that when they drink alcohol, they hooked. They can't properly metabolize the alcohol, and when they become alcoholics, it rapidly deteriorates their physiology and their neurology. Now, the reason why they said that is because some of the tribes that's intolerant to alcohol was brought over here, and if they're gonna replace us, they have to tell the story. But if you watch Nori drink champs, that was how we used to put people in the hot seat. Sit them around with the elders, especially the Mississippians, them big Tookie dudes, them chiefs, them Tuscaloosa dudes, them chiefs, right? They would sit there and drink with you because they had high tolerance. And if people tell you we didn't have alcohol before the Europeans came, ask them what was the alcohol enemas the Mayans used to take. Ask them about that, right? Because the alcohol enemas to get you drunk as fast as possible, as sloppy as you can get.
A shot, like a shot.
Yeah, but you was only sending it up the wrong end because your anus and your lower intestine absorb alcohol faster than your mouth and your upper intestine. You had to build up a tolerance for alcohol to withstand the drink champs without them tricking you out of the information. Also, the sweat lodges in marijuana. You can't smoke marijuana with certain chiefs and lie to them because you're going to tell on yourself. It's going to naturally make you tell on yourself. It's going to come out. And that's why they wouldn't negotiate with most of the settlers that didn't smoke the peace pipe with them, because they couldn't get past that human lie detector once they did.
Hey, so that brings me to my next question, Rod. I noticed like a lot of cats when we used to be back in the day when they used to be like putting plays on people, taking them out. They can't hold it. They can't hold, like, you got very few cats that can go do a cat and come back, sit down, drink a cup of coffee, and play like ain't nothing happened. Usually, the spirit of that person, especially if you killed them out of a bad, most people go tell somebody. They end up, a lot of people end up coming to, even if they don't tell the police, they usually tell somebody they close to. Hey man, I had to go on here and do what I had to do. Why is that? Why do they have to confess that crime? Why do a lot of murderers confess?
Because once you confess, you free it from locking into your conscience. The same self-accusing spirit that tells you it was wrong to kill that man because you was sleeping with his wife and he caught you, is the same spirit that's going to make you tell somebody because you're going to hold yourself accountable one way or another. That self-accusing spirit, this is what the confessional was for. The confessional of the Catholic Church was created for the soldiers coming back from war to tell the priests all of the dirt they did during the time of war. How many women did you rape? How many children did you kill? How many men did you sodomize? How many of them did you decapitate? Right? That was the purpose of the confessional. Because a long time ago, the Catholic Church discovered that if you can give somebody the ability to tell it to somebody without it getting out and them being persecuted or prosecuted for it, then that'll allow your mercenaries to be able to kill more ruthlessly and more freely at your request. That was just all part of the nature of the human, because we naturally programmed to do good, so we have to go through an inner dialogue of making ourselves say for us to do what's not good.
That make way, Rod. That's so true. I read that in the psychology book one time in college about
Yeah.
how the cognitive, how that works. How that you will tell themselves into a certain amount of times after they do it. Like another person explained it like this: it's like you got a voice in your head that's loud, and when that voice say don't do that, and then you do it anyway, right? And then you keep doing it till that voice just comes lower and lower and lower until the voice it ain't even saying it no more. It ain't saying
Right.
don't do it. That's wrong. Go ahead.
Because that's they talking about your conscience, your internal guide to tell you how to treat people and how people should be treating you. If you don't know how to treat people, then you don't know how people supposed to understand how to treat you. The better you treat people, the better people treat you, right? And most of us, because so many people have been treated wrong, hurt people, right? So now they freely hurt each other, and there's a way of venting the pain by giving it to somebody else. It's contagion and aberration. You can read about that in Dianetics.
That brings me to my next question. So when people because you got narcissists, a lot of people talk about narcissists. Narcissists like to blame other people for their moral f ups, should I say? And so
That's not what narcissists.
break it down. I might be saying that wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah. So a narcissist is very rare. A real true narcissist. The psychological description of a narcissist is what they call an amoral personality type. That means that the stuff that regular people would consider as a moral don't do, that they don't have a inner dialogue that tells them not to do it. Serial killers, serial rapists, those are narcissists or sociopaths is more direct term. Because of some of the traits of the narcissist is so repugnant that they've attached it to the discussion of relationship counterparts of a person that's difficult for you to manipulate, right? But they find it easy to manipulate you, so you will call them a narcissist, never knowing that you're more likely to be the narcissist for calling them that than them. Narcissists is few and far between, and it's an exceptional psychological condition.
Pretty much it take one to know one, huh, bro?
Hey,
Hey, that's crazy. Hold on, let me get my. All right, so Raw, the next thing I got for you is moral. Is dealing with morals. Now, to a father that's raising a daughter, and she dating, coming to dating men. What are the morals that a dad, without going outside of the step? Because you know some dads overprotective. They gonna take the guy in the back, show them they 50 cal hand pistol, bust it off a couple times. You know. So what are the moral constructs or the lines that they should cross, or and what they should be looking at being for somebody dating their daughter?
so considering, let's just say that there's a good man that's trying to raise his daughter to be a good woman. And let's just make him be a single father for the point of this discussion. So he's a single father, good man that's trying to raise his daughter to be a good woman. He shouldn't have a dilemma when she picks somebody if he raised her with a couple of key points in mind. I'm your daddy. I'm going to show you how a man supposed to treat you, right? And it's only so far in that I can go teaching you this, but what the foundation that I lay should allow you to be able to pick a man of good character and good quality. And if he teach her that and he stand on everything that he telling her, she gonna pick a dude so similar to him, he can't do nothing but respect him. But the average person doesn't understand the etiquette of instilling values into your child. Instilling values into your child takes away the need for the system to train your child. And so we have daddy-daughter dance and date night where you teach her how the father teach the daughter how she's supposed to be treated when she go out. So if a man don't do these basic things and he giving her step-by-step instructions all throughout the day, this is why I'm showing you this. This is why I'm teaching you this. By the time she get to be a teenager, first of all, her mind not going to be on boys like that because she's enjoying the learning experience of being around her dad to the point she's not interested. And she 9 out of 10 going to be teaching her friends the stuff that her father teach her, especially the girls that don't got a daddy. Right? I can call my daughter up right now. I was locked up. And I used to write her all the time and call her on the phone all the time and talk to her. And her mama was a good facilitator of that. And anyway, she'll tell you, she said, I got all my friends grew up with their daddy in prison like you. And I don't got no daddy issues. I know my daddy loved me, and I know how I'm supposed to be treated. Right? Like she still go over the letters that I used to write her when she was 7, 8 years old. Right? And then she come back and she say, Dad, I didn't know that you told me that. And that's why I be doing this like this and moving like that. Yep. Because I was giving you the game the whole time.
The whole time.
But so most of what we have now is the alienation of fathers, which cripples the relationship understanding of boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the relationship between the parents don't work, both parents supposed to be interested in maintaining the birth child's relationship with the other birth parent. When that break down, being the village, normally it used to be in our community, it was the grandmama on both sides, the mama on both sides, and then the ones who had the baby together. And then they probably have an aunt or two on both sides, and they evaluate both parents. And then they'll say, well, based on the character of that child and the way that y'all both handle them, the parent that should have them the most is this parent because the child responds to their methods better. The child is less stressful for this parent than for that parent. Whatever the situation is, we didn't go to something called family court.
Right.
Family court is not mentioned anywhere in the United States Constitution one time. It's not in there.
Wow.
Where all of a sudden they decide they need family court. Family court is part of the Social Security Administration and Social Security Acts that created what they call family court and divorce court. We didn't have divorce court because we had parents wealthy or parents in poverty didn't matter. If the one who couldn't afford to raise the children wanted to leave, it's fine, but you got to leave the children with the one who can afford to raise them. Mm-hmm. And that don't just mean financially either.
Hey, Rod, my next question for you is dealing with morals and the human paradigm. Now, a lot of people say they are a product of their own environment, meaning, you know, they parents did, it was a gangster, you know, they gang bang, everybody gang bang. My grandpa gang bang. Everybody gang banging. So
family tradition.
Go ahead.
It's family tradition. So look, in a lot of the product of the environment is the village raising the child. This is where the concept comes from. But the village is not allowed to raise the child anymore. When I was a little boy, I'm subject to get 7 ass whoopings on my way home. The old lady that stopped me from doing the foolishness I was doing gonna whoop my ass. She gonna call my mama gonna send my sister to get me, she gonna whoop my ass. And don't let my other sister be with her, cause she gonna whoop my ass too. Then when I get home, my mama gonna whoop my ass. So then if my mama tell dad about it, if it's bad enough, he gonna whoop my ass. So I'm gonna have a well-whooped ass about doing certain stuff I know I'm not supposed to be doing. The village just raised that child, corrected the error. The old way that we used to correct errors didn't have anything to do with prison. It didn't have anything to do with county lockup. All those are carryovers from the wartime era that they call slavery.
I mean, I remember I got a whooping just for being with somebody. My brother was stealing. I wasn't even stealing. I got a whooping just for being with him. Mm-hmm. You should have said something, man. I didn't know he was stealing.
Look, my mama say the stealer is bad as the stealer. If you go somewhere with somebody and they stealing, whether you want to be in it or not, you in it now.
Hey, my grandma said if he a steal, he a kill. He'll kill. That's that plays into the morals. Yeah. Well, one thing stimulates the next. To who he talks about that, about chain reaction. Now, yeah. could there be a chain reaction where when you do one thing you don't want to do, it forces you to do another?
It's not really a chain reaction, but it's a systematic process of disassociation is the scientific term. You become indifferent from doing dirt. It's like it don't bother you no more. You didn't got used to it. It's just like the boys that grow up in the country in the South. They go out there, they shoot that deer with that bow or with that rifle, drag him over there to that tree, hang him up, gut that sucker, skin him, and the city slicker will be throwing up. Right?
Yeah.
But to the country boy, this is just another part of life. He might be. Big Mama might say, "Go out there and ring me for them chickens, boy." If you ain't from down there, you don't know she just told you to go snap 4 chicken necks and bring her 4 chicken corpses.
Yeah, and that's a workout, boy. That's a real workout.
But because they do that, it desensitizes them from doing it again because it's a natural order of survival. This is part of life that we have to endure.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah.
So
now this is the thing, because if like Big Mama wasn't a holy roller. She had the boot. Some Big Mama had the bootleg. Big Mama did whatever she had to do to feed 25 kids. Some of them weren't her kids. Go ahead.
We didn't have foster homes. We didn't have juvenile detention centers. We didn't have friend of the court. We didn't have DFSH, whatever the hell they call DCSH, the Department of Child and Family Services, DCFS. Anyway, we didn't have none of that. If something happened to one of the family members and their child was left without them, that child either go with the other parent or go with the grandparents. The 9 out of 10, they end up at Big Mama house. So Big Mama was subject to have 50 kids in her front yard on any given day. And she got to feed them kids. So Big Mama would draft the uncles to do stuff to make sure they could feed the kids. When the colonizers came, we used to be able to go hunt, come back, prep whatever we hunted to feed the babies, right? But when the colonizer came, we couldn't get caught out there hunting unless we had something called free papers. Today, you call them a hunting license, a driver's license, a passport, right? Them free papers. Same thing.
You have to fish. You have to fish on your own on a lake that's supposed to be a lake that for everybody. You got to have a fishing license or the game warden, right? Tribal warden, pretty much.